Hello guys, welcome back, konbanwa, herzlich willkommen. So my friends, update here on SMCI Super Microcomputer. Yeah guys, this stock is going up. Beside that we have here a small market pullback since almost 2 weeks. SMCI is still going to rip here, and in my opinion it is just a matter of time until we reach the predicted price goal, which I explain you here in this video. In my opinion, we have here still upside potential, but everything what I say here is of course not financial advice. Please make your own due diligence. So guys, for SMCI, we have here a very nice structure since the market pullback has been in here 7 and 8 of April. We just going to rip here, and I showed you that before here. In total we went already here 125%. Since I made my first videos here on SMCI, we have even a bigger squeeze, and you can see that the peak was in here, or has been in, at $66.53. That was this candle here. I mentioned here back in end of November 2024 that we have here a very high squeeze potential, and you can see that SMCI, since the market shakeout, or this shakeout for this stock has been in, we had already here a squeeze of 289%. In my opinion, guys, this is just the beginning of a bigger squeeze. However, the market is overheated, so we will see a market pullback, correction, or even a crash coming in very soon. I will inform you here about this on my channel, but here now let's talk about SMCI and the upper price goal. So SMCI is doing very well because we just have here some up gaps, and after the up gaps here we have these kind of orange fields and lines in the chart, and every time when SMCI start to gapping up, we close these gaps. Here is just one example. I will zoom in for you that you can see that, guys, here. This is what usually happens. This is, for me as a trader, a perfect scenario, right? That we squeeze here, that we gap up, that the bull's showing strength. Here's a big volume candle, and then we start to close this gap here. This gap has been closed by this candle here, and we start to go higher from there. Same situation here back in July. We had a small gap up here. Here was this gap up here, guys. The candle here, this candle closed the gap. We find support and going higher. And now, guys, the situation is that we have one more open down gap for SMCI at $54.45. You can see that here in my gap table. And also we have one open up gap waiting at $58.46. So in the perfect trading world, also the market is pulling back. We will come down a little bit lower, find support here in this price range, and start to squeeze higher from there. So let's enable the my drawings that you understand where are my personal squeeze trigger levels and support levels. And for right now, if you have not seen my previous videos for SMCI, the only level in my opinion which you need to take care is $50.86. This is here something like a make it or break it price level. I even call it a squeeze trigger zone. I mentioned that before here when we had this gap up, that this is a bullish signal, but this down gap here was something where I said in the perfect trading world we will come down, close the gap, squeeze higher. This is exactly what happened. I will delete this orange line here, guys. The open up down gap here, we don't need this line anymore in the chart, guys. If you're also interested in other squeeze plays, if you have not bought in SMCI yet, please be very careful here with FOMO. If you have not bought this stock yet, guys, and want to trade some short squeeze stocks, I always release my short squeeze and breakout predictions on Patreon. When you see this video here right now, my brand new hot stock video will be available, which means the squeeze predictions for this week is available right now. If you want to see that, guys, you can join us here on Patreon. Guys, we have a lot of members, a lot of new members coming in every day. The membership is growing and growing and growing, and there will be one situation where I maybe have to limit these kind of memberships. So please, if you want to join in, do it now. The full package membership is my most popular membership. Why? Because you get access to all my content, not only to my squeeze plays and swing trade alerts, also to my member FAQ section, member tutorials. If you don't know how to start trading, if you don't know which broker you should choose, and so on, I will answer all these questions here. The link patreon.com/blackbelttrader is of course also available here in the video description. For SMCI, guys, the squeeze trigger zone which I identified it is $50.86. What does that mean? As long as SMCI is trading above this price level here, bullish guys, good, which means the upper price goals are the next price goals, and you can see that here already in the open gap table. We only have one final open gap for SMCI, and this gap is waiting at $86.60. I'm talking about this price call already here since November 2024, because this is not only an open gap, we also have here an algo landing zone, which I calculated based on some Fibonacci retracement, which is waiting at $84.50. What I want to see is that we, of course, create a new, let's call it all-time high. It's, of course, not an all-time high. I talk here about November 2024 until today. I want to see that SMCI finally can create a daily candle, very important, not in the pre and after market, guys, a daily candle above $66.52. That would confirm this bullish structure. What kind of bullish structure do I mean, guys? We have here, let me switch off for a second, the indicators here. We have this supportive trend line. That was just a fake out, shakeout, which we had here by November 2024. Overall, when you zoom out, and if you have not seen my previous videos, I could extend that white line right now. SMCI is in a super strong bullish uptrend. This is normal that we have pullbacks like that. The algo demand zone here, where the bull supporting the price is between $33.80 and $23, yeah, which is the main support. However, $50.86 can act like a squeeze trigger, like we have that here in the past. You know, when you zoom in here in the chart and just focus here on the yellow line, you can see we had here one up gap, guys. The price started to gap up. Yeah, the bulls are waiting here, the algos are waiting here, and this is where bulls and bears start to fight. The bearish market makers want to keep the price below $50.86, and the bulls want to push the price. And when the price does find support here, same here, guys, small gap up, right? So here is a lot of volatility ongoing. Keep that in mind. Yeah, the bearish guys want to keep the price below, the bulls want to go above that. And when we find support, we have not yet here a retest. Yeah, so here was a squeeze. You can see we started to squeeze here by 22nd of July. Here was the beginning of the squeeze above this price level. We have not retested it yet, so don't be scared if we retest $50.86 as a support. If I have not bought yet SMCI, guys, yeah, I am of course invested here. That's why I cannot give you any financial advices, but I bought here in the very low price levels. I traded this ticker already a couple of times and now waiting here for the gap close. But if you have not bought in yet, I cannot recommend to buy in here at this price level, since this is a very volatile price level. And for me, the risk reward, yeah, so let's just assume the price pulls back here to $50.86 and then we start to close the gap. This is a 70% squeeze play, guys. In my opinion, of course, SMCI can squeeze higher. We have here higher price goals, but based on the actual market situation, based on the algos, what SMCI has to do, yeah, the chance is very high that we do that, is to close the gap here and to fulfill the Fibonacci retracement here, the algo landing zone at $84.50. Yeah, but we have a lot of squeeze plays here in the market. This week was last week was very calm, guys. But usually what I show here on Patreon are squeeze plays like that. That stocks pulling back in the algo demand zone, same which we have here for SMCI, and then start to squeeze. And this is a stock which squeezed 152% in just one trading day. This is what I like, guys. 70% with the risk that we come back down here to $32. I don't know, guys. Make your own due diligence, make your own decisions. But everybody who bought in here already back on this algo demand zone here, I think there is a very high chance that SMCI will fulfill here this kind of technical situation before we potentially see a sell-off. For everybody who wants to talk about squeezes or short squeezes, we have one very strong bearish supply, which is waiting at $96.12, which means as soon as SMCI break $96.12, this is, in my opinion, the moment where we will see new all-time highs. And when you ask me where do I think SMCI will go, we also have here a trend channel pattern, and that means we talk about a price of around $134.35 US dollar, depending on the day. This is what I can tell you here based on the chart, guys. I like the chart pattern here very much for SMCI, but that is not a reason for me to FOMO into any stock, guys. I never do that. That's why I say we have a strong bullish support. we have the strong bullish algo demand zone and $50.86 as a very, very volatile price range, which can act in favor for the bulls or in favor for the bears. If you want to copy here my price goals, guys, everything what you see here is called, or is based on TradingView. This is my chart program, what I use to draw charts like that, but it's not only here for charts, it's also to get alerted if something happens in the market. So I also use the mobile app, you know, in case of RSI alerts, sell-off alerts, price alerts, whatsoever. I always watch my watch lists here on the phone when I'm traveling or not at home. So I really recommend to use TradingView. I'm not sponsored by TradingView, guys, but I have a discount link in the video description. So if you want to get this premium tier here, this is what I'm also using, the premium tier for TradingView, please take advantage of my discount link below. My friends, that was the update. Thank you so much. I wish you a great start in the new week. Great success with all your trades. I'm very grateful for your loyal support. I really appreciate that, guys. Thank you so much and see you in the next video. Arigatou gozaimasu. Vielen Dank, alles Gute und bis zum nächsten Video. Take care. Bye bye, guys.